In order to safeguard public trust in the work of the Public Investments Committee or Governance and Education during the pendency of the inquiry, I'm further persuaded to suspend the Honorable Jack Wanami Wamboka, MP, from chairing the Public Investments Committee on Governance and Education during the period. For the avoidance of doubt, the conduct of the inquiry is not a bar to any other or further investigations into the matter by any other relevant law enforcement agencies. Honorable members, under our standing orders, the Public Investments Committee on Governance and Education is a watchdog committee whose chairing is reserved for the minority party for obvious reasons. Noting that the current vice chairperson was only recently sworn in as a member of parliament, I further direct that the leader of minority party nominates an interim chairperson of the committee by midday tomorrow, Thursday, the 23rd of April, 2026. In default of the nomination, the committee shall be at liberty to allow the vice chairperson to chair its meetings or to elect an interim chairperson from among their ranks during the pendency of the inquiry. As the House awaits the report of the Committee on the Powers and Privileges, I beseech all of us, and especially the members of the Public Investments Committee on Governance and Education, to deeply introspect on whether we have fully lived up to our solemn duty as servants who have been called to the performance of important trusts in this republic. The complaints received, the inquiry and its outcome shall be a clarion call for the committee and all of us to reevaluate and optimize the manner in which we treat and consider all matters that are brought before us for consideration, including by being ready to hold our leadership to account. In summary, therefore, my guidance is as follows. 1, that the complaint against the chairperson of the Public Investments Committee on Governance and Education is referred to the Committee on Powers and Privileges for inquiry and reporting to the House within the next 45 days. The committee is directed to prioritize the consideration of the complaint and submit it to the report to the House on or before Tuesday, the 9th of June, 2026. 2, that the committee shall limit its proceedings to the consideration of the complaints received against the chairperson of the chairperson or the committee or any other relevant issue or complaint relating to the leadership of the Public Investments Committee on Governance and Education in the discharge of its mandate. The inquiry is not a bar to any other further investigations into the matter by any other relevant enforcement agencies. 3, that noting the weight of the allegations and the implications on the dignity of the House, the following 3 members are hereby co-opted into the Committee on Powers and Privileges for the purposes of inquiry. The Honorable Samuel Chepkonga, CBS MP, the Honorable Sarah Korere, MP, and the Honorable Robert Gishimu, CBS MP. That the Honorable Samuel Chepkonga, CBS MP, shall chair the Committee of Powers and Privileges for the purposes of the inquiry. And 5, that during the pendency of the inquiry, the Honorable Jack Wanami Wamboka, MP, stands suspended from chairing the Public Investments Committee on Governance and Education. The leader of majority is directed to nominate, the leader of minority is directed to nominate an interim chairperson of the committee by midday tomorrow, Thursday, the 23rd of April, 2026, and in default of the nomination by the minority party, the committee shall be at liberty to allow the vice chairperson to chair its meetings or to elect an interim chairperson from among its members from the minority coalition. The House is accordingly guided. Thank you, honorable members.